Hey, this is Frank Anaya, founder of People Who Grow, where we help you go from idea to done. Have you ever found yourself in a spot where you're a creator, you are aiming to release your ideas, your thoughts, your different, basically, message? You find yourself, though, overwhelmed because you don't know how to think about your message, your topic overwhelms you, and choosing a clear direction on which to move forward isn't happening. Well, my friends, if this is something that you're experiencing right now, I've created this guide to enable you to move forward and to get to that number one key factor that we emphasize a lot when it comes to productivity, which is clarity. So what you see before you is what I call the Pathway to Clarity Transformation Framework. Man, that's a mouthful. Specifically though, where it's relevant to you is in the following. The moment you're able to define your topic, as you see right here, and you start to produce more. One of the beliefs that I have is that we leave so much on the table because we're not producing enough. We hold ourselves back, we judge ourselves, we have these limitations. But if you can get that aside and you can get into the space where you're creating and you're producing, that's when clarity of vision begins to jump into the picture. I'm going to zoom in a bit and emphasize the key message of this point. If there's anything you take away, let it be this. You can add value to your audience by sharing clarity towards a solution. If you're able to break down your topic in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps or less, you enable your audience, specifically people that listen to you, that buy from you, that want to do business with you, that are being educated by you, whatever interaction it is you have with the person in front of you, you help them go from, I have no idea where I'm at, to I'm very clear and I know the transformation that will happen. So what does that look like? Well, you see before you 5 different boxes. The idea is that you work your way from left to right. So that is, start where you're at right now, meaning you might be in the problem state. You might be thinking about obstacles to overcome, about how you don't know what the heck you're doing, right? And at the higher levels, whether it's 3, 4, 5, or even more, try to keep it no more than 6, 12 at the maximum, because there's research that states that any major topic can really be broken down in anywhere between 3 to 12 different steps. If you work within this parameter, you're able to help bring clarity to the message and the solution that you provide, which is, for example, I help you go from, let's say you're at number 1, which is overwhelmed, to number 5, in control. An example of this is what I have here with productivity. I help you go from being a procrastinator who is overwhelmed to an achiever who gets things done. How do I do it? I teach you about time management. I teach you about calendar blocking. I teach you about prioritizing, about goal setting, about implementing your vision. You see? Here I've just listed 5 different topics that I can clearly start to speak about, to relate to start to bring value. And clarity in terms of going from I have no idea to, oh, okay, I've set different anchors in place which now allow me to know where I'm heading and what I'm doing. Does that make sense? I hope so. Another example to kind of bring this more concrete. Let's say you're in the process of building your online business. So maybe your first step, or for that of your customer or client, could be, I have no idea, no clue whatsoever on what a website is and what that means for me. Fair enough. That could be your number 1. Now, getting to a number 5 might be something like you're an expert. You are running a profitable digital business where you know your numbers, you know your conversions, you know exactly where your traffic is coming from and how you can optimize your website to bring in more results. You see? It's very different. It's one way of thinking about this is, what's that process of going from novice to intermediate to expert? And that's what these steps that you're working on will get you there. So hopefully this enables you to rethink in less than 5 minutes. I've given you a tool that enables you to go from being overwhelmed and not necessarily knowing how to think about your topic, to being able to implement steps towards reaching clarity and ultimately getting you to go from idea to done, right? To go from achieving more with less and ultimately to go from unsure to certain in making the impact you're here to do. Visit, as always, at peoplewhogrow.com. There's more resources, more thoughts, more ideas that I'm sharing in these bite-sized packages that hopefully enable you to move forward. And as always, reach out, connect with me, let's interact. Thank you for your support.